This time I'd like to introduce retired Marine Major Larry Christie, who's going to talk to us about an interesting progression of events that took place as a result of the Vietnam War. Major?
My wife told me not to wear a coat and tie today, much to Steve's chagrin. She said, "You don't want them to think you're just another one of those uppity officers." So now I get to go home and tell her, "Hey, Steve told me I was supposed to dress up, honey." I had the honor of serving from 1974 on for 20 years. When I went in, the only things that happened after the time I went in was Operation Eagle Pool and frequent wind. Eagle Pool was pulling the flag out of Vietnam. And it didn't seem like we had accomplished everything we intended to, because at the time you didn't know the rest of the story. During the first Gulf War, old George Bush, the first George Bush, amassed a phenomenal force, and it sat in the desert for 6 months because he couldn't pull the trigger. It's just, is this the right time or isn't it? He just didn't have what he needed. Until one day he was visited by Maggie Thatcher. And Maggie said, "George, you gotta punch a bully in the nose." He came out of that meeting and said, "Okay, go." And it was over 100 hours later. What you guys did in Vietnam was punch the communist bully in the nose, thereby stopping the dominoes. Everybody who's old enough to remember the domino theory was that country after country after country would fall to communism. And that was happening. And it's still a communist nation. I asked a Vietnamese girl recently, "Is it good government?" And she didn't want to answer, so I asked her again, "Is it good government?" She didn't want to answer. Finally, she said, "Oh, I suppose so." But her father still flies a Russian bomber airplane. She said she's scared every time he takes off because it's a piece of junk that they got during the Vietnam War. What punching the communist bully did was stop the dominoes, and in fact tip them back the other direction. And where is the biggest communist bully today? The Soviet Union is an ash heap. The dominoes, no one ever imagined it would tip the dominoes all the way back to the Soviet Union, but you did that by standing up to a bully. More bullies will fall. Right now we have the bully of terrorism, and we didn't do anything about that for 25 or so major terrorist attacks, including the groomsman from my wedding. Paul Hine was in that building in Beirut when they rammed it with a truck full of explosives, and the whole building came down on top of Paul and the Marines and sailors that were in that building. And we really didn't do anything. We took a punching by the bully after bully after bully until finally on 9/11, we decided to punch the bully in the nose and went after him and got him. So my compliments to you, my thanks to you. You guys are my hero. To me, you're the greatest generation. God bless you.